Hello all, welcome to Cloud Technologies and welcome to this mastery course of Agile and Scrum. And this is our fourth video, if I am not wrong, in our Agile course. Okay, in our previous videos, we have seen a couple of topics like what is SDLC, lifecycle models, what is Agile and Waterfall, and difference between them, advantages of Agile and all. So in this video, we will be discussing about, in depth of Agile, right? So in this video, we will be discussing about Agile mindset and manifesto. First thing, right? So as of now, if you are already heard about this Agile, what you have what you might have heard is Agile is a methodology, right? So that is right, but along with that we need to learn more about the Agile. So in general, Agile is not a tool, it is not a software, or it is not a technology, that is for sure. So Agile is a methodology, or Agile is a model while we are developing the project and delivering the project. The way we are delivering the project, the way we are developing the project, it is one of the way, as we have already seen, this is one of the life cycle models or combination of these two life cycle models. So Agile is a methodology, that is for sure. And apart from that, Agile, main thing you need to learn about Agile is a mindset. It is a mindset of the that project team or developers who involved in that particular project. And we can see in our upcoming videos like what is Scrum team and all. We will see there who are all the different members which are involved in this Scrum team and all. But remember, for now, Agile is a mindset, and it is a mindset which is defined by values, guided by principles, and manifested through many different practices. It means Agile, that the whole process of Agile, it has 4 values majorly and 12 principles. You need to understand these two first. Then it has many different practices, different models or different methods are there to implement this Agile. Different frameworks are there. We will see that later one by one. So basically, Agile is a mindset defined by values, guided by principles, and manifested through different practices. You need to understand the values and 12 principles first, how this Agile is designed, and what is the main motto of this Agile. The main motto of this Agile is to deliver the project as soon as possible, like iteration by iteration, and ultimate goal is to satisfy the customer. Right. In waterfall model, customer may or may not be satisfied by end of the project, but in agile methodology, we can make sure that customer should satisfy by each and every iteration, end of each and every iteration, or by end of the project, right? So let's see one by one. We have 4 values, no? So this information I have captured from the Scrum guide itself. I will try to explain this. Okay. So Agile is having 4 values, and this is kind of Agile Manifesto. Just like in our elections, we have election manifesto, right? So just like that, we have Agile Manifesto with these 4 values. Okay, the blue color highlighted ones are the main prefer. In Agile practice, we are going to give high preference or main preference to these blue color highlighted ones over the orange colors ones. It doesn't mean that we are not following these orange color ones. I'll explain one by one. Okay, so we are going to follow everything here, but we are giving high preference or main preference to this blue colors one, then this orange colors one. So let's discuss one by one each 4 values. So first thing is individuals and interactions over processes and tools. So processes and tools, apart from these process and tools, or we are going to provide more preference to these individuals and interactions. Individuals means the team, the Scrum team, or the developers, or everyone who involved in this project. For them, we are going to give first preference. And interactions between them, interactions between these developers, clients, stakeholders, customers, and the entire team, that is the main important. Then the tools or processes. Obviously we will follow the processes, obviously we are going to use tools to implement those processes, but apart instead of that, instead of giving high preference to that, main preference to that, we are giving high priority to this individuals and interactions between these individuals of this project team. Right. So second one is working software over comprehensive documentation. Obviously, Agile main goal is to deliver working software as soon as possible or as many times as possible in the different iterations. Right. So in waterfall model, we are giving preference to the documentation. We have already discussed that because in each and every stage, like requirements, design and plan, we need to work on multiple documentation. Number of documentations we need to provide, number of documentations we have to prepare. Instead of working on the actual work, actual implementation, we need to focus on multiple documentations in a waterfall model. To avoid that, to save some time, we are going to give preference to working software rather than documentation. Documentation is there, really very minimal documentation is there in Agile. Rather than that, we are giving preference to working software. That is why in each and every iteration we are going to deliver minimal viable product or potentially shippable increment. We have already discussed this. So each and every iterations we are going to provide some working software. So by seeing the actual code, by seeing the actual project, by seeing that actual demo of this actual project or implementation, that is more value added to the customer. That is main value, right? Other than if you have number of 10 documents, if you don't have code at all, so what is the use of those documents? We cannot work with the documents, right? Our project will not work with the documents. We need to have that code, actual software. So that is main motto here. Working software, we are giving preference to working software over comprehensive documentation. We will have the documentation, but it is very minimal in Agile. Then the third one is customer collaboration over contract negotiation. This is also makes sense, right? So customer collaboration is main important. Then contract negotiation. Contract means like initially while signing of this project or while kicking off this project, we may have set of contracts like the rules or some things, the project scope, the budget and everything. Instead of negotiating that, instead of discussing that, giving preference to that, what we are going to do in Agile is like we will collaborate with customer directly in each and every iteration. We are going to involve customer by end of each and every iteration, as we have seen already. So we are providing more value to the customer feedback, because ultimately customer should satisfy with our project and with our work, right? So we are collaborating with the customer on regular basis instead of this contract negotiation. Giving preference to that contract negotiation, we are giving more preference to customer collaboration, connecting with the customer as soon, as many times as possible as required. And the last value is responding to change over following a plan. This is also very important. Responding to change means, as we discussed in waterfall model, it has 1 year project or 2 year lengthy project, and by end of the project only we are going to deliver the actual code to the customer. So what happens if customer is not satisfied? What happens if customer needs something more in that project by end of the project? Entire time of 1 year 2 years is wasted, right? So we need to again start from scratch, and it is more budget to the customer as well, that we have already discussed in our previous videos. So instead of following a plan as it is, we will have an initial plan for sure to implement this project, but instead of following that plan blindly, we are every time we are ready to respond to the change. Like if each and every iteration by the time of sprint demo, I will explain the sprint events and all one by one. So by end of sprint demo, we will be having discussion with, and we are going to demonstrate our working software to the customer. If customer is having any feedback, any changes, anything modifications he required, we are open to do that. In our next sprint, we will implement those changes, and we are going to incorporate his feedback. So that respond to change means we are already always ready to accept the changes instead of following a initial plan blindly. So that is the main thing, the main motto of Agile here. So these are all the 4 values of Agile Manifesto. We need to have this kind of mindset. We need to understand these values. If you are working in an Agile project, Agile kind of, Agile environment project, if you are following Agile methodology in your project, you need to understand first what is Agile, and what are these 4 values, and what are the 12 principles. So we need to understand, digest this first. So we should be in a kind of mindset, okay, we should follow all these things in order to deliver this project in Agile methodology, Agile life cycle. So, right? I hope you understand the values on Agile Manifesto. So in our next video, we will be discussing about Agile principles, right? So if this is the first video you are watching in our channel, please watch our previous videos of this particular course, previous videos as well, and please do subscribe. And if you like this video, please like, and if you have any doubts, please comment in the comment section of this video. We will try to respond as soon as possible. Okay, thank you, thanks for watching.